The Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business Podcast brings you a unique view of Mesa through its vibrant business community and the subjects that are important. The podcast is produced in the Mesa Chamber of Commerce Media Studio. Our podcast is hosted by Mesa Chamber of Commerce CEO Sally Harrison. Please enjoy this episode of the Mesa Chamber Inside Business Podcast.
Hi, I'm Sally Harrison, President and CEO of the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, and today in our podcast studio, I have our new friend, Kathleen Richards from East Valley Children's Theater. Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Before we get started, what brought you to Arizona?
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
A native?
Yeah, no. I'm a native of the Washington, D.C. area.
Oh, gosh.
And we moved here in 2016. My husband had taken a job with a startup tech company.
Okay.
We had been looking to just make a change. We had two small kiddos at home and wanted to get sort of out of that intensity of living in that area.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And so we were open to anything, and we moved out here with no family, no friends, no nothing, just ourselves, our dog, and a whole lot of stuff. And we fell in love with it, and we have been here ever since. We could not be happier.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what led you to East Valley Children's Theater?
So I am a performer. Both my husband and I actually have degrees in musical theater.
Okay.
He translated that into the world of technology, and I will never understand how he made that happen, but I'm very grateful that he did. It's much more consistent.
Yes, probably a little more lucrative.
Yes, for sure. And so I followed a couple different paths. I still perform on occasion, but primarily I focused on theater and music education.
Okay.
And so before coming here and moving out here, I had been teaching at an all-girls school in the DC area, running a middle school theater program there.
Very cool.
And then as my girls started to get a little older, I dipped back into, because I just needed something to do. My husband was working nonstop, and with two small ones at home, it was nice to find a community.
Very cool.
And so I actually auditioned for a theater here in Mesa Encore Theater, who is one of the oldest community theaters in Arizona.
That's awesome.
And got back into performing that way. And then as my kids have seen me do it, they have, bless their hearts, they wanted to be able to start doing it themselves. And so in looking for someplace, we were looking for recommendations because I wanted it to be something that was very community-based. It was very process-oriented versus really being super focused on product, because process leads to good product.
That's great.
And we found our way to East Valley, and now it's our home away from home.
So what's your role there?
I am currently the president-elect. So, yes. So for our board in the upcoming fiscal year, which starts August 1st, I will take over as the board president.
Awesome. We'll talk about the history and the mission of East Valley Children's Theater.
So East Valley has been around. This is our 30th anniversary season.
Yes,
and
exciting.
for a children's theater to be around for that long, especially when you think of how the landscape has changed. When they started 30 years ago, there really wasn't another option other than like Valley Youth down in Phoenix. And the longevity that the organization has been able to have serving kids in the community is really, really tremendous. And our goal and our mission is to provide transformative experiences for these kids, to nurture them, to help them become the humans that they are meant to be, and give them a really safe space to have, in addition to the safe spaces they already have in their schools and their homes. And it's just been a marvelous journey for the organization. We have some really great new things on the horizon. So
we'll talk about the students that you guys serve and what the impact is for that.
Absolutely. So the students that we serve ages down at 3 years old, so little itty bitties, all the way until they turn 18 and they age out. And one of the beautiful things that we see regularly is that even after they age out, they find ways to come back and lend their talent, either as volunteers or as professional artists that they've gone on to be, and work with our kids in return, which that cycle is so beautiful to see.
Well, recently East Valley Children's Theater was recognized at our Mesa Has Heart event. That was only a few weeks ago. It seems like it was much longer.
I know.
But what does receiving that Mesa Has Heart award mean to you and the organization?
Yeah, it was, we were all blown away by the fact that we had been nominated for that award. There's so many great organizations of similar size. We have a budget of just under $500,000. So we're not massive by any stretch. And we make those dollars go as far as we can.
Yeah.
And to have the recognition of being nominated for it and then to win that award, we lead with our heart. That's part of what makes this organization so wonderful, and part of why I was so drawn to it once we sort of dipped our toe into that community. And so to have that recognition and then to be able to spread the word about the work that nonprofits, not just ours, but that nonprofits are doing in our communities here. They're the boots on the ground right now, providing so many things to the communities around us.
I feel like Mesa has this rich history with a lot of great nonprofits, and some are really legacy nonprofits in our community that have been here forever.
I agree.
I mean,
it's amazing.
Years and years for some of you.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
We'll talk about the journey, like how it started and where you are today, because you just said 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years is a long time. It started when it was founded. It was they were performing in I think it was Shepherd Public School, which is this year. I think Shepherd is a junior high / high school now. Or it's going in that direction if I'm remembering correctly. And the teachers saw a need for arts education. Arts education is something that often in public schools is one of the first things to go. When you look at the research and the data that exists in terms of the benefits that exist to incorporating the arts into daily education, it's tremendous. I could talk about that for hours and hours, but I won't bore people with that. But there just isn't enough funding when you also need to do the very basics, right? And so these teachers recognized that need and started with classes, and then they added a show, and they did a youth production of A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh my gosh!
Right? Yes. Let's tackle the hard stuff first and do Shakespeare, right?
I did Willy Wonka. I was an Oompa Loompa.
That's amazing.
It's great.
I love that.
Yeah. And as tall as I am, I had to be on my knees. It's like painting yourself orange.
Yes, yes. And from there, they continued to build classes and build relationships within the school, playwriting contests that the kids were writing and performing those plays.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it grew. And as the Mesa Arts Center became a reality, we were offered a place as a founding resident company there. And so that really allowed the organization to up its game in terms of what we do. So now we have 5 shows that perform at the Mesa Arts Center, and being able to offer kids that experience. Like, I am a professional actor who does that, and I've performed in the same space that my kids are performing in now. And my kids were just like big eyes and wide-eyed, the idea that they got to be on that stage and see the audience and be in this building. It's really a unique thing that we get to offer.
Oh, and the Mesa Arts Center is just gorgeous.
It's beautiful. Yeah. It's beautiful. And so over time, it's evolved into this much larger outreach and reach that we have into the community, offering these main stage productions, offering a full host of classes. We offer classes for our homeschool groups. So there's just
that's cool.
Yeah. So there's just a lot of ways that we can serve the community. And I really do think it's important to remember, as much as all of these things cost money, and you hear nonprofits talking about all of that all the time, at the heart of why we do things is to fill gaps and to make things available in ways that if we went away, wouldn't necessarily be available to the kids and the community.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, you've mentioned a couple times now that you're in your 30th year.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are the plans? Like, how are you going to celebrate?
Oh my goodness.
How is the community going to support you in celebrating?
Absolutely. So we are going to be doing our grand reopening of our space this coming Saturday, August 1st.
Okay.
Yes, the chamber's coming and doing a ribbon cutting. It's going to be great. We're super excited. We have 2 members of our board who work in architecture and specifically educational spaces, interior design.
Oh.
And they were able to leverage some of their connections to get an entire remodel of the internal space for our rehearsal studios and classroom
Oh.
studios for free. It's
Wow.
unbelievable, the transformation that has taken place over the month of July.
Cool.
So there are new walls, there are new doors, there's new carpet, there's new floors, there's mirrors, there's magical spaces for costumes and all sorts of really
That's great.
awesome things. So going into the 30th year was sort of this glow up, if you
Mhm.
will,
Yeah.
of that particular space over on Main Street. We are getting ready that same day. We start our first rehearsals for How to Train Your Dragon Junior, which is our opening musical. And we are the first ones in the East Valley to do it. There are some other
Nice.
theater companies doing it. It's a brand new, only a couple places around the country have done it. And we're super excited to bring that story to
That's
life
awesome.
on stage. And then the rest of our season is packed with amazing opportunities. We've got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in December. We've got a brand new work that goes up in February. We have, that is, what is it? Chicken Little and El Pollo Diablo. The Legend of Chicken Little and El Pollo Diablo, which is written by a playwright who's worked with us. As I mentioned before, we have that playwriting competition, which has expanded beyond students into professional playwrights. And so Corey Lynn Johnson has written a beautiful piece for us. It's going to be just, I'm so excited for kids to get to sink their teeth into that. And then we've got Jungle Book and we've got Matilda Jr. It's just, the theme of this year is adventures and stories. And we're just ready to take our community on so many of them.
That's great. Sounds like something I need to bring my granddaughter to.
Oh my goodness. Yes. yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Very fun.
Rudolph, for sure, I feel like is going to be one of those because
Yeah.
every kid knows.
Yeah.
It's based on the movie, the claymation movies. And so it's one of those things like there's recognizable characters and all of that fun stuff. And then when kids get to see other kids on stage, there is a wonder and awe that exists when they realize I could do that.
Yeah.
Even the shyest of the shy will find a way to really be brave and go up there and just make some magic. It's awesome. I love it.
That's great. We'll talk about how people can get their kids involved.
Absolutely. So our website has just about everything you could possibly look for. So evct.org.
Okay.
We have our fall classes, which will start in mid-August.
Okay.
And those are up on our website. You can very quickly and easily click and register for those. That's a great way to get involved. Our website also makes all of the announcements about when auditions are for the main stage programs. So if you're looking for something for your kids, that is the easiest place. You can also find us on social media with Facebook and Instagram, and we'll certainly put messaging out there as well. But that would be the best way to find us for sure.
Awesome. Well, it's exciting how much stuff you have going on. Congratulations on 30 years.
Thank you. I wish I could take credit for all of the time before. I take no credit for any of that, but I am so grateful for the people that have ushered us through all of the seasons that have been involved that to keep us going. And we're looking forward to the next 30.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And congratulations again on your award at Mesa Has Heart.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We were really, really grateful, and we're excited to spread the word about all that Mesa has to offer.
That's great. Thanks again for being here, and we'll see you, I guess, Saturday morning.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be there with bells on.
Yay.
This has been a Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business podcast. You can find all podcast episodes at iTunes, Spotify, or your own favorite podcast website. You can also find them online at mesachamber.org. Content of this podcast is copyright the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, unless otherwise noted.